Broncos country. Moose here on the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. On today's episode, I'm about to tell you why Bo Nix is turning into the leader on the field and off the field based off of his most recent move that he pulled after the New York Giants game. Bo Nix is taking command of this offense. So I was doing a bunch of reading. I went down, did my homework for this episode, and I took one quick look at one article that talked about what it was like inside the Broncos locker room after the New York Giants game. And while they were ecstatic, elated that they beat the Giants in such a dramatic fashion, there was still the one looming question. Why is it taking our offense so long to get going? Bo Nix, QB10, had this to say. According to teammate Pat Bryant, Nix suggested the Broncos offense watch film together right after the victory. You could have gone out, you could have done your partying and celebrated in 24 hours, but right after the victory, Bo Nix says, we're watching film. The former number 12 overall pick in the 2024 draft, Nix suggested they continue to watch film throughout the week, over and over again from the Giants game to pick apart and diagnose their problems. Nix believes the key to faster starts is stacking first downs on their opening possessions and scoring first. Finally, we're talking about it. Yes. Now, we're going to break this down in its entirety. I promise you. I'm going to tell you more about what I see from Bo Nix, what I think this is coming towards in terms of a head. But before I do that, our AFC West sub rankings look like this. The Raiders, I don't know how they have 206,000 fans with the dumpster fire that they put on the field as a product. But Mitchell Renz does a great job over there on the Raiders Report. The Chiefs Report has a brand new host. His name is Jackson Durham. I want to crush all of them. The Broncos Breakdown currently sits at 45,308, and the Chargers, don't worry about them. They're not going to do anything here at Chat Sports. But do me a favor. If you love Denver Broncos content all season long, hit that subscribe button right now. So like I said, taking command. This is the Bo that we wanted to see. The shot caller of the offense. The player that when he realizes that it's not working from the headset to the on-the-field product, does something about it. And throughout the first 6 weeks, 7 weeks of this NFL football season, I feel like Nix has been operating what Sean Payton wants him to operate. But that's not always what you have to be as a franchise quarterback. Sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands. And remember, Bo Nix isn't perfect. This isn't entirely on Sean Payton. Right? If we break down Bo Nix's accuracy problems, here's what he looks like from 10 to 19 yards. It's not great. It really isn't. And then if you look at Bo Nix 20-plus yards, it gets even worse. He's only got 25 passing attempts past 20 yards. That's not great. And that might be 8th in the NFL, but his completion percentage is 30th. His yards per attempt is 8.2. He's only got 2 touchdowns. So we can reasonably assume that Bo is struggling right now with throwing the ball down the field. But I will continue to say this. The belief in QB1, the belief in himself, and Sean Payton's confidence in this young man and in this offense is unmatched in the locker room. They have a full and complete understanding that it will get turned around. Here's what Bo Nix said about the turnaround. I think everybody on offense has kind of edge to them, to where they're kind of being tired of being so close. So I think everybody's working towards, making those first few possessions count. And like I said, that is what we need to be focusing on. The early down success, the early drive success, the first quarter success. We know the Broncos and Bo can do it in the fourth. We've seen it multiple times. But what we haven't seen is a solid start from the time that clock is 15 minutes and 0 seconds in the first to the very time that it hits 15 minutes and 0 seconds in the fourth. The first 3 quarters, it just hasn't looked smooth. It really hasn't. And per Luka Evans, the Broncos have gone 3 and out on their initial possessions each of their last 5 outings. Can't have it. If you're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL, if you're going to make a deep playoff push, you cannot wait to turn it on in the fourth. Because teams aren't going to be like the New York Giants. They're going to stomp on your neck. And remember, Bo has the clutch gene. So I'm not worried about his ability to do it in tight spots. Bo is now the first player in NFL history to have 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter. When the game is on, when the lights are the brightest, I trust Bo to get the job done. What I want from him is to take an early and commanding lead. I don't want to keep winning dramatically, guys. I know you don't either. I'm tired of having my blood pressure spike all the way up every single time I watch the Broncos play football. And despite all of that, the Broncos are still at the very top of the AFC West at 5-2. Higher than the Chiefs, higher than the Chargers, and higher than the ass cheeks known as the Raiders. 2 plays away from being 7-0, and it hasn't even looked remotely close to as buttoned up as it could be. Did you know the Broncos are 23rd in the NFL in points per drive? Not in the first 3 quarters, just that's the statistic. 23rd in points per drive. And yet, we still have a quarterback that in 3 straight weeks has gone and led a fourth quarter comeback. The comeback kid. He is the comeback kid. And I'm grateful for that. I am. I don't want this to be I'm upset at Bo Nix or I don't trust in Bo Nix. I love Bo. But my God, brother, stop giving me a heart attack, please. And that goes for the same with you, Sean Payton. And the same with you, Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin. It's the entire offense. I just need a game where you take an early lead. You know what I want? Give me the Cincinnati Bengals game, please, for the love of God. All right, do me a favor. Grade Bo Nix's 2025 season so far. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comment section down below. I had to give my grade right now. I'd probably give him like a B minus, a B. Right? The numbers look good on paper, but the eye test, there's still a lot of improvement that you can make. Now, before we continue on with this episode, I do have to tell you about our friends over at Brunt. This sleek Marin design from Brunt is awesome for the tough work days in the Texas heat. And believe it or not, even in the fall, you still get some of those days where you're like, my God, is it really hot out? Let me tell you about our friends over at Brunt. Brunt was so unbelievably tired of having work boots that just didn't feel comfortable. These ones were comfortable right out of the box. Most other boots require a significant break-in period, not these ones. But Brunt isn't just about work boots. They offer a full range of high-performance gear built for tough jobs. From heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets, Brunt designs durable, reliable workwear to keep you protected and productive in any condition. Choosing work boots used to mean sacrificing comfort or durability. If they felt good, they didn't last. And if they lasted, they wrecked your feet. Brunt was tired of the workwear brands out there cutting corners. You work way too hard to be stuck in those uncomfortable boots that just don't hold up. So they built something better. Boots that are insanely comfortable and built for any job site. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt when you use code CHAT at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com, use the code CHAT, and you are good to go. And after you order, they're going to say, hey, where'd you hear about Brunt? Do us a favor and tell them it was from the Broncos Breakdown and your pal Moose. All of that in the comments and description of today's video. So like I said, despite the offensive struggles, Bo's numbers still look really, really good. I mean, if you just go from a perspective of what he's projected to get at the end of this coming season. So this is his 2025 projections, what he's on pace for. 62% completion percentage. That's a little low for my taste. But 4,197 total yards, 34 total touchdowns, and only 10 interceptions. I would take those numbers all day and twice on Sunday. By the way, I think it should be interesting to note that at the very beginning of the season, I said Bo Nix's numbers were going to be 33 touchdowns and 9 picks. Funny enough, he's right on pace for that. So what do you need to do going against the Cowboys this Sunday? What are the offensive needs? Shy away from the screens. Sean, I love you. You can't call 25 screens a game. It's not working. So do something different. You've got to be more intentional with your early down plays. You can't throw the ball 4 times in a row, your first 4 plays like you did against the Giants. Drops are going to happen. Missed throws are going to happen. You've got to balance it out. And you've got to be more intentional with your first couple of plays. Take calculated shots down the field. I'm not asking Bo to throw the ball downfield 20-plus times a game. But if you get a 1st and 5 on a penalty, rip it. Throw it downfield. Let Troy Franklin get down there. Let Marvin Mims get down there. Let Cortland Sutton get down there. Allow Bo the opportunity to improve in that area. And then eliminate the mental mistakes. Mostly the penalties, man. Mostly the penalties. Like, you can't continue to have all of these mental mistakes at the line of scrimmage. It can't be holding. It can't be delay of games. It can't be false starts. You are better than that. This is a very, very talented football team on all aspects. All aspects. Not just from the defense, but from the offensive line, from the special teams, which has greatly improved the last couple of weeks, I thought. And believe it or not, there's other Broncos fans out there that are asking the same thing. This was from Sleeper Broncos, one of my very favorite Broncos Twitter accounts. Dear Sean Payton, on behalf of Broncos country, we politely ask that we see more designed runs for Bo Chapman Nix moving forward. He is our guy, and it's time to unleash him. Did you see what Bo looked like when he got outside of the pocket and actually carried the football? That is such an underutilized part of his game that I am in love with. He's so much more athletic than we give him credit for. And Bo, again, talked about the Broncos. Here's what he said. We continue to stack wins. We just got a competitive edge to us right now. By any means necessary, we are going to get the job done, whether it's a special teams play, a defensive play, or an offensive play. And at times, everybody, past several weeks, have made plays necessary to win games. Bo is right. Bo is right. The Broncos are doing what they need to do to get the wins. They're just not making sure that they're convincing wins. And that starts against the Dallas Cowboys. Clean slate, second half of the season. Establish yourselves as a very competent offense. Your defense will carry you, but make sure that you're not losing games in spite of your offense. Before we get on out of here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Help us catch up to the Chiefs report. Help us gain a little bit of space between the Raiders report. And if you love Denver Broncos content all season long, hit that sub button today. My name is Moose. As always, be cool.